Okay, guys. So yesterday I tested Rue Code with Gemini 2.5, Rue Code Orchestrate, and I was absolutely blown away by the results. If you're curious to see what the website looks like now, this is kind of the final product. There's still a little bit more to change, but I mean, this just looks absolutely fucking crazy. I wouldn't have been able to do a better job with a professional. I wouldn't have been able to do a better job if I sat here and tried to make this myself on WordPress. Looks absolutely incredible. There's a few things that need changing. I'm still messing around with this. Oh, it's out of the map now. Nice. I'm still trying to make this look good, etc. There's just a few more things that I need to do. But I wanted to try and answer a question today, which is, can a bad model now use MCPs properly and build me a data structure? So previously, I was trying to use Gemini 2.5 Flash to build a data structure where the overall task is, I need you to create me this massive data structure, and then each subtask is a golf course or whatever. We'll be doing golf courses today because I do need to finish off the golf course research thing. And I just want to know if Orchestrate has made it possible now to use cheat models in order to do this research. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, for the food truck thing, I spent $300 on the data, which is obviously unrealistic for most people. I just did it because it's for a client. They're paying for it. You know, they're not paying for the data, they're paying for the website. So if we spend a little money to make it, then it's not the end of the world. Now let's just test this out. If you're not a member of the Skool just yet, definitely feel free to check it out. It's really proving helpful to a lot of people, and all of my prompts are in here as well. This includes my system prompts for my MCP flow, and then my actual prompt here. So for this video, I'm only going to do the research part of this. So I'm going to go to this prompt here, and I'm just going to put this prompt inside Rue, and we'll see how it does. Okay, so we've got this prompt here. Basically, this is just a new directory called video tester, and then we're just going to see how this works. So in my MCPs, sorry, inside my prompts, you'll see I have the prompt that I've been using, the system prompt. So we're going to change to Flash. I think we'll just go for normal Flash to really test this out, and then we'll hit enter here. So the way this works, what this needs to do, and it needs to do this very carefully, is we actually need to watch it as well to make sure it's doing it. It needs to create a new directory. I don't care, just pick one. So it's going to do County Dublin. So the first thing it does is searches for County Dublin golf courses. So let's see. There we go. That's exactly what it did. It found some golf courses, then it scrapes info from 3 courses. Then it defines a schema, then subtasks each new course from there. So right now it's scraping the pages. The thing that we need to test is when it does the passover from the main task to the subtask. This is where it was getting stuck before. It wasn't passing on the schema. It wasn't using MCP tool use properly, like the command. It has to wrap it in like MCP tool or something. And there were loads of other errors too. So I really want to know if this is actually going to be fixed or whether it's going to be the same as before. Okay, so this is not, it's not following what I asked it to do whatsoever, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's got a pretty good schema here, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. The schema's like nice for sure. It's done that very, very quickly at a very low cost as well. Look at that. 0.07, that's absolutely nothing. I mean, it's got some pretty good, it's got some pretty good results here. This is looking good so far. So it's actually going to create these files. I didn't ask it to do this, but it's fine. This is actually more information. This might be more information than I got yesterday from using Gemini 2.5 Pro. They've done something to Boomerang. They've done something crazy to Boomerang for sure. So now it needs to write that JSON to file, right? So we'll just watch this happen real quick, because the next stage is to then pass these onto subtasks, which is where it was fucking up before. So we really need to see if this is going to actually work or not. Okay, so for some reason it's put all the Dublin golf clubs in one JSON file, which again is not ideal. I just want to see if it passes on the JSON and whether it uses MCPs properly now. Because if it does, I've just saved myself like 100 times money. It costs so much to get this data using Gemini 2.5 Pro, it's actually horrible. Let's see if it passes everything on properly. It needs to pass on the JSON, which it did. Perfect. It was not doing this before. Let's see if they fix the problem with it not using MCPs properly. It uses MCPs properly. Oh my God, I can finally, like, the reason I had to use Gemini, right, is because I always talk about this, but time versus money, right? I was trying to make 3 directories at the same time for clients, right? So my time was completely fucked. So I was wasting time because it wasn't using MCPs properly. I couldn't leave it to do work while I was, sleeping or playing or whatever, right? Because it kept getting messed up. So I had to like spend money, right? I had to spend $300 to get the info that I needed. I actually ended up spending like $450 in total in one night on API costs. The way that I did that, by the way, if you're curious, is you can actually use Klein and potentially Rue, I don't know, at the same time on Cursor while you're using Rue on Visual Studio Code. So I had 2 things running while I was sleeping. One of them was doing a complete copy of someone's website using HTML and CSS, which I was then going to use to generate that website for them, which, by the way, is a video in itself. It's a really, really cool way to, copy someone's website. And the other one was the food truck project that I recently built. And at the end of the day, like, I had to just go to bed. It was like 5 a.m. I was exhausted, so I just left them running on Gemini 2.5 Pro. I'd spent like 3 to 5 hours trying to get Flash to do what it's now doing, but it just kept messing up with the MCPs. It kept messing up by not passing the JSON schema to the subtasks, which are both vital parts of this process. So that has answered the question. Orchestrate tasks seems to have fixed this issue. This is huge for me. The only thing is, like, it's made this one JSON file. I don't know how that will import into WordPress. I'm sure it'll be fine. I haven't done it before, so I would probably ask it to restart and make sure that each JSON file is separate. However, overall, this is huge. This is a really, really good update. This is making cheap models good. Now I want to know is, if you saw my video yesterday, I did this entire process plus designed a website, right? The golf course website that I showed you. Plus, I then made the website, right? All in one prompt using Boomerang. Now that costs $20. Now I want to know, which will probably be the next video, is can we do the same thing with Flash now? And if so, I'm going to use It's Over in the thumbnail again because it really is starting to feel like it's over. This is crazy. People say that, like, oh, why don't you design something more complicated than a WordPress website? Do you understand how complicated this is? It had to make its own theme. There is like literally 5,000, 6,000 lines of code here. This is not an easy task at all. I don't know why people keep saying, oh, make something more complicated. This is complicated, I'm telling you. If you try and do this just, with Anthropic using Klein, it's going to struggle. It's not going to do it properly. So these new things that are coming in, like Boomerang tasks, Taskmaster AI, and all that stuff, sequential thinking, they're really changing the game because they're making it actually possible to not only code these things more easily, but code these things with cheap models as well. Now, the reason I'm still talking, just so you know, is because I'm just waiting for this to get stuck. It hasn't got stuck. This is a huge improvement. Look at the cost now. Each golf club before was costing me $1 to $3, just for reference. Now they're costing 0.07. God damn you, Boomerang, or Rue Code. Why didn't you come up with this update last week? Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're watching all the way to the end of the video, you're an absolute legend. Check out the Skool if you want to support me, and peace out.